THIEVES, a pre-reading and note-taking strategy. What is the THIEVES strategy? I'm glad you asked. THIEVES is a text skimming and note-taking strategy that will help you preview a piece of text, identify important components, and create a filing cabinet in your brain for the information you are about to learn. The goal is to steal as much information as possible without actually reading the chapter, so that when you do actually read the text, you already have built a foundation for that knowledge to grow on. What are we going to steal? Another great question. THIEVES is an acronym that stands for 8 different pieces of nonfiction information that we are going to grab from the textbook. I'll go into each one in detail in just a little bit, but for now, all you need to know is this strategy is outlined by the acronym THIEVES. THIEVES. Hopefully, the acronym will help you make this strategy a little bit more memorable and be able to use it on repeat in the future. You might be wondering why I want you to steal this information instead of actually just reading the textbook, and that's another great question. We're trying to build a filing cabinet in our brain in which we can later store this information. And so we're going to look for just big chunks and pieces, our file folders, so that later when we go back and really dig into the text, we have a place to put this knowledge. We have a foundation on which to grow and sort and build on later. Rather than coming across terms and concepts and ideas that feel completely foreign and brand new and have them scattered all over our brain, we're a little bit more familiar with them, and then we're able to do something with them. Again, this is a pre-reading strategy that's going to help us make sense of this content later, even if we don't fully understand it at first reading. All right, now it's time to dig a little deeper into the type of information we are going to steal. First up, the title. This you'll find at the top of any section or chapter that you're reading, and we're going to write this down so that we have a broad overview of the topic that we're going to be covering. Next up, H, the headings. These are the bolder, larger titles within the chapter that break the reading down into smaller topics. I stands for introduction. This is the first paragraph or section that gives you an overview of what you are about to learn. Moving on, our first E stands for every first sentence. This is the first sentence of each section, which usually tells the main idea of that part of text. And before you freak out, don't worry, we're going to talk a little bit more about why we would take the time to write down every first sentence in just a little bit. There are 2 V's we're going to talk about, and those are visuals and vocabulary. Visuals are charts, graphs, pictures, or diagrams that help explain the information, and vocabulary are important or bolded words that you need to understand in order to fully grasp the concepts that are presented in the text. The second E in our acronym stands for end of chapter questions. These are the questions that are at the end of the chapter that show you what you're expected to understand and be able to answer. For our purposes for this activity, you only need to write down the question, not answer it yet. And finally, S stands for summary, a short review at the end of the chapter that highlights the most important ideas that have been presented. It's a great wrap-up of everything you're supposed to have learned. Now that we understand what kind of information we're supposed to be looking for and taking from the text, let's take a deeper look at what it looks like. Sometimes it helps to see an example. But I want you to remember as we go through this that this activity is less about being right and writing down the correct information and more about familiarizing yourself with the terms, language, and concepts that are being presented. So don't stress yourself out too much about, is this the right thing to write down? And just keep going through the process and the activity. Also, the more you put into this activity, the more you get out of it. If you are just simply copying, pasting large swaths of text, for example, if you're doing this electronically, that isn't doing the purpose of familiarizing yourself with the content. It's just plopping it from one place to another. So be thoughtful as you're taking the time to do this activity, and it will make all the difference. As we're going through the next portion of this video, I would encourage you to take out your accounting textbook and follow along so that you can see how these examples match up with the text in your textbook. Also, feel free to press pause and take a closer look at the text that I've written in the example or to compare it to your own textbook. For this example, we're going to be looking at Chapter 2, Analyzing Transactions, and more specifically, Section 2.1, Double Entry Accounting System. You can see that both of those things are written in the title section. The next section we're looking for is headings. I went through this chapter and I wrote down the bolded words that I saw calling out a new section of information. Those headings were balance sheet accounts, income statement accounts, owner withdrawals, normal balancing, and journaling. The next section is introduction. Instead of writing down the introduction word for word, I read it and then wrote a brief summary of the text that I saw there. Chapter 2 starts with a corporate example, Apple, showing how the topic, analyzing transactions, looks in action in the real world. The introduction to section 2.1 goes over a few key definitions and links them back to the Apple example. Next up, every first sentence in a section. Now, I know what you're thinking. Seriously? Every first sentence in a section? And my answer is yes. I want you to remember that our goal for this THIEVES strategy and activity is to familiarize ourselves with the content that is in the chapter. That includes language, terms, seeing how those things are used, and just overall recognizing the words and their meanings in the chapter. Nothing does it better than actually writing them down and thinking about what they say. So even though it seems tedious, I want you to take the time to try out this activity. I also want you to know that even though it feels tedious, neuroscience has proven that the more times you interact with content and vocabulary words, the more likely you are to remember them. And so this task, while it might seem simple and also time consuming, is accomplishing one of those repeated exposures and will definitely help you in the long run. Next up are visuals, and this time we're not going to copy down exactly what we see. Instead, I want you to look over the images, graphs, and charts in your section and come up with a brief summary of what they are showing you. For example, in this section 2.1, I wrote, there are several charts and visuals throughout section 2.1, each showing what a transaction log would look like for the scenario being described. For example, account transaction. The arrows and labels help me understand how to work through each transaction. Again, we're just familiarizing ourselves with the content, and by taking extra time and care to look at the visuals and the charts and the graphs, we're helping our brain construct a better picture of what this information means as a whole. Vocabulary might be the easiest and most straightforward thing to record. What I would do is look at the vocabulary words listed in each chapter, record their page number, and then I go back to the glossary and record the definition straight from there. This will prevent us from having to wade through any context clues or long sentences within the text of that chapter and just drill down to the very specific definition of each word. Having this boiled down definition of the word will help us separate it from any separate situational information that is in the text and truly understand what this word means all on its own. All right, we've reached end of chapter questions, which means we are getting close to the end of this strategy as well. For this task, I want you to write down the end of chapter questions that relate specifically to the section that you were looking at. So for section 2.1 in chapter 2, I thought the question number 2 on page 88 most related to the text that I had been previewing. Do the terms debit and credit signify increase or decrease, or can they signify either? Explain. If you want to attempt to answer this question right now, great, go ahead, but it's not required. Again, we're just trying to figure out what is it that I'm supposed to be able to take away from this chapter once I am done fully reading the entire text. And last but not least, S is for summarized thinking. Read that end of chapter summary and see if you can put it in your own words. For section 2.1, I wrote, I think that in this section, the textbook will be teaching me both about how to complete a double entry journal and why this process is used or preferred in the accounting world. Alrighty, that's it. We've reached the end of this strategy preview video. I hope that you found this strategy helpful. If you want the printables that go with this video, you can find them in your Blackboard shell provided by your lead instructor. I'll also include my email address in the video description box in case you have additional questions. Best of luck with your accounting textbook and class, and I hope this strategy makes it